Hello everyone. In this video, we'll discuss setting up locations for your booking form. Now, if you haven't done so already, you should flush all of the test data, including the test location, from the system before adding your locations. To do this, you'll go to Settings, General, Store Options, Admin tab, and then scroll all the way to the bottom of the section. Now, there will be a red button here that says Flush Test Data. Click on it and then select Yes in the following pop-up, and then you'll be ready to go. Now, if you don't see this on your page, just like me, that means that you've already flushed your test data, so you're also ready to go. Next, we'll want to set up what kind of locations, if any, we're going to be adding. So to do this, we're going to go under Settings, then Industries. We'll select Home Cleaning for our industry, Settings, and then Form Settings. And then let's click on Options and then Edit for Form 1. So in addition to a lot of other important settings, your form settings also control the type of location used in your form. So first, decide if you would like to have zip or postal code based locations, name based locations, or no location at all. If you selected zip code or name based locations, you can make a selection for whether you'll perform services at your location or online, the client location, or both. To show you what these options look like on the booking form, I'll open up the home cleaning form. Here we have the home cleaning form on our front end of their website. Now the flat rate form, Form 1, is currently set up to have zip code based locations for their service area. So whoever is filling out the form must enter a zip code before they can see pricing and fill out the form. If the zip code's not on the list, they'll get a message that you do not service the area just yet. If the zip code is on the list, then they can just proceed with filling out the rest of the form. The per square feet form, or Form 4, is set to have name-based locations. There's a location drop-down menu where one can search for locations by name or by sorting through the list alphabetically. And if we select hourly, or Form 5, you can see that there is no location section and the form simply begins. There are several reasons why you might choose not to have a location on your form. Your business might be completely online, or maybe you have a very specific customer base. Whatever the case may be, no location is always an option for you. Now we'll jump over to the pet grooming booking form to see what our merchant location options look like. If you have a storefront, an office, or a venue where you offer your services, you'll want to select an option that accounts for this type of location. So if we select the packages form, or Form 2, you can see that there are several merchant locations listed. We can click on the pin icon to view the location on a map. And optionally, you can upload a photo of the storefront, and then clients can click the camera icon to view it. If we switch over to the add-on service form, or Form 3, you can see what a combination of both service areas and merchant locations look like in name-based form. Here we have an alphabetized list of all the locations, including the merchant locations labeled with the ML tag. Like before, we can select an option from the list, or we can search for an option using the top search bar. Now that we've gone over what your locations can look like, we can go back to adding a new location. So we'll go back under Settings, Industries, Industry Name, Form 1, then Locations. And we'll click the Add New button at the top of the page. So first, we're going to decide if this is going to be a brand new location or an existing location. If you want to add an existing location from another form, then select existing location and then just select that location, and automatically all of those options will appear for you. For our purposes though, we're going to select new location and create a brand new location. First, we'll type in the name of the location, and this name cannot be the same as any other name for locations in the system, so it does need to be unique. And then we'll select a time zone for the location. Now, if you've selected zip code-based locations and your service area is in the United States, you have this optional map tool you can use to define your location, pull the zip codes from that service area. The map tool is pretty easy to use. All you need to do is double click to drop your first point on the map, and then drop additional points down to define your service area. If you mess up and want to start over, you can click the Reset Area button. Otherwise, once you're ready to get your zip codes, click the Get Zip Code button, and automatically those zip codes will be pulled into this field below here. Please note that you cannot list the same zip code in more than one location, so if you accidentally capture zip codes that were already saved in another service area, they will be automatically removed from this service location and they will remain in the original location. Then below here, we have our wildcard zip or postal code field. This works by allowing a zip code as long as it begins with abbreviated version added to the section. So for example, if we type in 900 into this box, that means that any customer with a zip code beginning with 900 will be able to book, whether it's 90099 or 90041. This tool is especially helpful if you have a lot of zip codes in your service area and would like to easily account for all of them in a specific numerical range. Below here, we have an exclude zip codes field. If you don't want to accept certain zip codes, then you can enter them into this box here. Then we have a couple of questions. The first is, would you like to activate secondary zip or postal codes? If you select yes, you can create a list of zip codes that only the admin and staff can book, so customers in these areas would not be able to book themselves online. You might want to use this feature if you want to expand your service area and want to get a better idea where your customer base is coming from outside of your current service area. Next, if you'd like to charge a service fee for traveling to the location, you can select yes, and then enter the fee amount into the box below. The service fee goes 100% to the provider for traveling to the location. Finally, decide if you'd like to exempt sales tax for this location. If you select yes, then no taxes will be charged. If you select no, then taxes will be charged according to whatever taxes you set up under settings, general, and then the taxes section. Then we'll go ahead and hit next at the bottom of the page to navigate to the next tab. The payment processor tab allows you to decide if you'd like to use the default payment processor for this location, add a new account, or select a different existing account. We'll go ahead and just use our default for now. Next, we have the dependencies tab. On this page, next we have the dependencies tab. On this page, you can add the location to other industries and forms, as well as set up dependencies for the location. Dependencies are the relationships between different factors like locations, frequencies, your services, etc. In this case, you would check the boxes next to each option that you want available for this location. As you can see, we have all of our frequencies and service categories selected, all of our variables and exclusion parameters, as well as our extras. However, if we didn't want to offer a certain extra for this location, such as junk removal, we could simply uncheck that box and it will no longer be an option for the form when this location is selected. Now we'll hit next. And then we'll arrive on the last tab, the providers tab. If you want to block any of your providers from servicing this location, you have the opportunity to do so now by checking the box next to their name. If their name is unchecked, that means that this new service area will be enabled in their settings. Once finished, we'll go ahead and click the Save button. And now we can see that this new service area has been added to our locations. Next, let's take a quick look at adding a name-based location. We'll go to the location section for Form 4. And then we'll click Add New. As you can see, the settings for a name-based location are a bit simpler, as you do not need to account for zip or postal codes and settings related to those. You just need to enter a unique location name like before. Select a time zone. Decide if you're going to charge a service fee for traveling to the location, and if you're going to exempt sales tax for the location. The rest of the tabs along the top are the same as the first location we added. Next, let's go ahead and look at how to add a merchant location. We'll go to the Pet Groomer Industry tab. And then we'll go ahead and open locations for Form 3. After we click Add New, we'll decide at the very top if this is going to be a service area or a merchant location. So we'll select My Store Location. Next, we have the options for new or existing location. Next, we'll enter a name for this location. Select a time zone. And enter a store address. If you'd like, you can check the box next to Hide Address on the form if you do not want to show the address of the location on your form. You also have an option to exempt sales tax, like with other locations. And then optionally, you can choose a file if you'd like to upload a picture of your storefront. You can also hide the location image from your form, if desired. The rest of the location creation process is going to be the same. So we have our payment processor tab, dependencies, and providers. Once you're finished, just click Save, and you'll be ready to use your location. And this concludes our video on adding locations. If you have any questions, please check out our Help Center articles on how to add locations, or shoot us an email at support@bookingkoala.com. Thanks so much for watching.